Hey, people. In that last movie, I was talking about the creeds, the pagan, of this in opton. And in the Septuagint, it's written different. It's here, and it's the creeds of this as the pagan. And I read down here, this finished this paragraph. And I was comparing the next paragraph to the other Bible. And down here in 19, you see it come up again. And then it's spelt different, and this is to crease the page, of this as crease the page. And you see it's spelt different here in 19 in the Septuagint. And here it's of this as cree the pagan. So it's talking about the pagan ritual. And so somebody has said, is it different, tripping on different organs and, it's not different organs, it's just different ways of getting it to the bloodstream. You can eat it, you can smoke it, or you can boof it, and it's just different ways of getting to the bloodstream. If you smoke DMT, it's just a quick trip, 5-10 minutes. But when you mix up this oil, and stick it up your ass, you go tripping for hours. If you drink the ayahuasca, it's a lower trip, but it lasts longer, much longer, all day. You wake up, you find yourself in a happy mess and everything, you just love everything. And that's what I was reading down here somewhere. So I'm going to read some more of this and see if I can run into that again. It starts with, okay, ignoson. And so, that is kind of, they do not know, but this does not mean no. This means ignoson, ignorant to. And this means yes, and they're trying to put the not on this and the no on this. But it's, yes, it does not know on. The cronies say, the crony, crony is your friend, the friends say, yes, it does not know on, the friends say. The crony mutatus, the same one it was in the garden. They try to say it's wise, but, crony is your friends. The friends say. Add it a fem aura, a feminine aura, a feminine light, this on. And to a belief in, to is, ophthalmo is, and thalamo means the chamber, and coming from a bedroom chamber, they say, but it's the chamber of the third eye. Your ophthalmo is what on, or your ophthalmo sought, the sought on, what you're looking for. So it's not with their eyes, but it's the chamber you're looking for, thalamo sought on, and not necessarily what you're looking for, but you get it to your blood supply, and your blood supply delivers it to the ophthalmo. The ophthalmo sought on. It doesn't matter how you take it in, but this is where it's going. What of no say? Or, the noseth, th. What of noseth? To comprehend. What of noseth? In the cardia, the core dia, the core through. Ought on, ought to do. Okay, ignos on, cronies say. Okay, yes, unknown, ignos on, the cronies say. They don't know. At a fem aura, this on, to a belief in, to is. Ophthalmos sought on. What of no saith, the core through, ought on. And so this isn't two autons. This is of ton, of fashion. And this is sought on, searching. And so you see it's poetry. It's trying to rhyme. And then, turn this into a W. Not and okay, but woke. W-O-U-K, woke. And just, read any poetry and see how the poet's going to switch up words. He's not going to repeat himself. And it's woke illogisado. The logistics, and woke to the location at the psyche, your soul is up in your head, in the psyche. What of who'd igno the cronies say? The cronies, they added to come issue. Added to come issue. Or, add to come his vot to, the crevice, catechizing to Kate, to judicate or to audicate, to get it started to cause in fury. And the peps in the fit on the rock on what to are to us. And of this as crease the page, and to loaf on of to his, on his ass, in delugium, from in delusion, the posy. Usually in the Septuagint opsis it'll be poison, but the posy is, the little short saying. And for sky now's in. If you caught that last move, it was the for skying, which ass in the air. But now it's for the sky is now's in. And now your psyche is in the stars. What to? And so this is the no, and it's the naughty. And knowledge is naughty. They don't want anybody to know. And it's also, it's having to do with the heavens. The naught, the night. And naughty at a spodes of. They say the pod is the foot, the base word for foot, a single foot, and naughty at his foot as. But I think it's more like the base. Naughty at his pod as he core through it on. And plan on to, and plan on to. And that's where your word planet come from, because they kept a set pattern. You can plan on it. When you get in your daily planner, you're marking the days, the planets. To who dies, the days, the DEYS. Two of days, the dino two. The dino two is the ass end of the lion, is the power, and excels they. And the excel is the front end of lion, to the power, and the excels they. Then psychen auto, the psychen ought to, the yod it, the hand ID in the Hebrew, the yod it in every language, the Egyptian, the D was the hand, in every other language the I was in the hand. In the hand it, okay, the right at the pseudos in the Dexia move. And so I believe this is the word for the right hand. And at its pseudos, is another name for in the Dexia. And they say Dexia means right in the Greek, but I think it means the one that knocks you out. The jab is the left and the Dexia is on the right. And they're telling you, the right is the pseudos in the Dexia move. And in my right hand, I tell you, it says Yah, the moon god. That's the god of Egypt and the god of the Hebrews. And I think everybody called it the right hand, and they were telling you it's another name in the Dexia. That's how they created this Greek. And the sex industry, Greek, that's what it means, is up the ass. And you can see this mark here, and it tells me that this word is going to read Ajaxed. Ajax. Ajax gets the stain out, and that was the job of Ajax. You see in the Hebrew, Ajax is to bring back, Ajax didn't go out to war, he stayed back at the boat. And when everybody come back, it was Ajax's job to go do recon, to go get lost weapons and lost people. Ajaxed and then came out. Itzaya, move. The wrong end. The Greek way, the Ajax, where it's supposed to come out. And so it looks like the right hand path is another name for in the Ajax. The Greek way is the right hand path. Well, they got that totally twisted on us. But you see in the Septuagint, that's not what this was representing. Usually when they put this mark on the end of the word, it was an apostrophe telling you to start at the other end of the word. And when you see it on the front end of the word, it's telling you that it was opposite apostrophe, tells you read through and back. But this is actually it's signifying this little wave up here. This just having you move this I over. The Dexia, S-I-A-I, move. And it's this mark underneath when you're reading the undermarks. Then it's the pseudos, Ben, that the Dex, that Det C, Ajaxed, and then A-M-O-V, Ajaxed them of, to brought them out. And then in the Septuagint, it says this starts another paragraph, and it doesn't say remember these things. It says much is that he taught. The yak of visceral. The much is that he taught the yak of visceral. This is like the hacked in, the yak of, the hack in visceral in the nervous system. To hack the nervous system. At a pasm of, pasm of visit. At a pasm of. I'm sure that this says the eyes here in the Septuagint. And without all the markings, it didn't say that. And so this evolved into the Greek words. But you can see it here in the Septuagint with the markings. So it's reading the E-Y-E and the S, the eyes, too. The eyes connected. And then backwards, as Aleph, the place, Aleph is the alpha, the alpha place. Place as, and paedum of, visit Alpha's place, visit the heavens. The place as paedum of was to, W-S to U was to. And Lars is the thieves, his role, and you stole yours. You didn't do it by meditation, you did it by drugs. The thieves, his role, much von from attain all, if the feeling then of move. And so if you just read it through here, it says the same thing, less information. The yak and visceral. At a pasm of eyes to the places paedum of was to his rule much the feeling then of move. And if you've been watching this Pyador series, look at these titles and it'll give you a better idea of what it was talking about here. There's 27 lines in this. I might be able to get all through it. But, it's talking about Jerusalem to be restored. But, yeah, to hack your way into the eye, to restore Jerusalem. And the folly of idolatry was the creation of the cross up here. And inserting the poison into the butt. And the only one is God, that was the same. That was also part of the creation of the cross it was talking about. And the Lord has chosen Israel, that means, I'm sure wherever it comes up, it says the Lars's rule, to steal the way, not meditation, but do it with drugs. It's the Lord has chosen. It's the way he intended it. And these titles will come up different in every Bible because they twisted the words in every one of them, and they split them up in different places. Now it's at 9, the vain idols, profit nothing. And they've got this one title all the way through this, but nothing is backwards. The word for no is yes, okay. And the word for yes is nay, no. And so vain idols profit nothing actually says vain idols profit yes thing. And in the Hebrew, it's going to start the same. The Lord has chosen Israel. And they'll have these paragraphs and headings split up in different places at 6. Only one is God. The folly of idolatry at 9. And Jerusalem to be restored at 21. And you can see that Israel is the same visceral, the Zachriel Allah, the sacral God, yoke in, to yoke visceral, to yoke in the neurotic system. And key is same as Vav, to abide. It's 8. It's rhotic. It's rhotic. It's erotic. O underneath the X. When you read it with lower markings, that's the word for it's erotic. Those are the words of Moses, were words of erotic. Of dilly, of D-I-L-Y, of dilly, of stack the deck. 8, his roll. And lotto, this is the word you see all through, and thou shalt not in the 10 Commandments. And it's, it's L-O and then T-A. The lotto, it means you're taking a chance. It doesn't mean thou shalt not. It's the same as ouch, you're taking a chance. The Latin sign. So there's plenty of clues in here that it's talking about the pagans were, Nordic. The ones that a pseudo, the right hand, they say right, pseudo for the dexia. And several other words up there were Nordic or Germanic words. And you can see this word, the feeling then of is the same as the word for death, the Thano, and it's the tonic. It is the tonic your wings, and the feeling ton of, tonic is the hieroglyph of the angel, and the feeling ton of move. But I can see here, it's talking about the hand of, if appeal, if so. So it's talking about which path you're taking down here. And I'll read some more of this in the next movie. I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.